Hello, my crafty friends. How's everybody doing? Give me a thumbs up or something. Let me know you can hear me. Thank you for sharing, Jenny. Hi, Roz. I'm not swollen or anything. I bet you're surprised I'm live tonight since I haven't been at least the last week. I don't know about the week before that. Hi, Jennifer. Can everyone hear me okay? I am going to flip this so you can see both my hands and my face. I'm sorry you get that little bit of glare. Is that better? No. Okay, well, we're just gonna have to deal with that. So I want to share the upcoming retreat. I think we're calling it the Fab and Fun Retreat. So for that retreat, hi Ina. Thank you, Roz. My mouth, for those of you that are not a part of my Stamped AF group, I had a root canal yesterday and it was the very back tooth on the top. So, I mean, mouth wide open for an hour and a half. Ouch. So the dentist, after all is said and done, she's like, okay, you know, they put that thing in your mouth and they're like, tap, tap, tap. I'm like, I can't even close my mouth. Like, this is a big ask. And the left side of my face looked like I'd had a stroke. I couldn't feel my nose. My lip was like way down here. It was a nightmare. But it's good. Doesn't hurt. I took today off. It wasn't a sick day. I took today off. Oh, a chick without a head. That sounds interesting, Jenny. Okay, so the Fab and Fun Retreat is going to be, I think it's May 13th to the 15th. I only have a March calendar up right now. Ironically, I downloaded this calendar from Etsy and February had 31 days. I'm like, could have used 31 days in February. Anyways, we will be using the Artfully Layered bundle and the Flowing Flowers stamp set. Not necessarily together. There will be 5, 10, 16 designs. And I created 3 of each and then I decided I was going to show you this one tonight. Can I just say I struggled with this one? Like, it is gorgeous, but I struggled. We were kind of confined to the supplies that we chose, and I chose to work with some of the DSP from the Artfully Layered. So I'm going to show you how to do this. Hi, Feline. Thank you. You know what? At the end of the day, it couldn't have gone better. Dentist said the tooth was completely dead and infected, so I'm glad we're done. And as far as root canals go, I mean, you hear such nightmares. It didn't hurt. There was no pain other than the fact that my jaw was open for an hour and a half. There was no pain. So I think I probably got off pretty lucky. Jenny, I loved when you said, when I said, let's talk dental stories, she's like, let's say, how did you say it? My mom used to say it all the time. Let's say we did, and let's not and say we did. So that was kind of funny. I just realized I am missing. No, I'm not. I'm prepared. False alarm. So we're not going to use the Artfully Layered on this one. We're going to use the Coordinating DSP. This is one of the designs that didn't quite make it. Remind me and I will show you my other 5 designs that did make it. So sign up. Registration is open for those that participated in the last retreat. They got a bit of a deal. I'm going to show you. Where is it? Remember a couple weeks ago I said I couldn't get my screen sharing to work? I figured it out. Oh, it's not going to go any bigger than that. So, Fab and Fun Virtual Retreat is kind of what we're calling it. I'm going to move this over so you can see my face looking up in there. Okay, so May 13th to 15th, I was right. And the weekend includes 16, I probably have to scroll on here, right? 16 make and takes. We do live tutorials. They're available, like they're recorded and available until a week preceding the following retreat. So you have like 3 months to make them every time. You are going to get $40 Canadian in Stampin' Up! Product. This is just my sign up sheet. Tiffany and Sherry have their own, so theirs will be in US dollars, and I believe it's 30 US. There are door prizes and there's just lots of prizes, lots of giveaways. I can't see the rest of it. Live demonstrations, Friday night bingo games, Sunday morning mimosas and mystery stamping, optional add-on class, and it's technique driven this time. It's gonna be so much fun. Oh, I guess I could probably update this We were going to feature stamps or bundles that were going to be in the new catalog, and we thought, that's kind of risky. Like, this is very close to the catalog kind of going live to customers, and what if something goes on back order? And because that never happens, right? So, hi Dawn, I hope you can still hear me. I think you would have told me by now if you couldn't. So cost. I was mentioning that the people that attended had early registration, and they were grandfathered in with the previous price, which was $85. Given how much work and time and effort go into this, we have increased the price by $10. So it's going to be $95 Canadian. And Feline, you are absolutely, like, every retreat has been so much fun. And we're changing up the order this time a little bit. Look at my horrible manicure this time. Peeling and picking. Usually what happens is I go first, and then Sherry goes second, and Tiffany goes last. Well, Tiffany was exhausted by the end of it last time. So we're going to try something a little bit different, and we hope that you'll join us and like it and all of that stuff. So that is it. Make sure that you sign up before the registration is closed. Registration will be open until March 31st. So you still have like 2 whole weeks. Okay, so let's get rid of that and let's get back to the crafting. Oh, good. Thank you, Susan. I'm just standing here and talking and I'm out of breath. Isn't that pathetic? COVID. Okay, so let's get to this card. This was actually the first one that I made using the flowing flowers, and I like the way it turned out. It's just kind of a little busy. Like, that is a lot of DSP. But I've gone ahead and I've die cut the pieces. So this little frame, I don't know if you can see the stitching in there. I think so. That is from the Artfully Layered bundle. So it's this fun die. Fun die, not fungi. And then I brought in the color and contour bundle. I think it's the scallop contour dies for the other border. And then for this, oh, dang. It was going to be the back side of that, but I cut it the wrong way. Well, you know what? We're just going to go with it. The stripes, the planks are going to be going the other way. So we need, I'm going to trim that off. This doesn't really need to go the full width, but we might as well. Okay, so there is our far left piece. Here is our wood planks that are going down this time. So taking today off, oh, it's still 6 inches. That's why I'm like, why can we see those? Part of me taking today off was I had no idea what this root canal was going to do in terms of pain, and I mean, was it going to cause swelling? So I decided I was taking today off, and I'm glad I did. For my birthday, Dave gave me some money to order whatever I wanted, and I chose to order a laser machine. And you're probably like, huh? So I used it for the first time today because it arrived on Monday and I haven't had a chance to play yet. So I played with it today. Could have almost caught the house on fire, but I didn't. And I made a tag for Milo, my grand puppy, and I made I'm making a tumbler after I'm done this, but that one's going to be sublimation. I'm getting into a whole new world of crafting because, I mean, that's how I've always been. I think during one of the retreats, I don't know why I keep moving this. Oh, you definitely should buy this one, Feline. We are going to go, let's say, about 2 inches. We've asked in our retreats before, we have this fun little icebreaker called Craft and Connect, and we ask a question, and during the first Craft and Connect that we ever had, and you might know, that is the name of my, oh, that's a little bit longer than we need. That is the name of my monthly card class, which was the Artfully Layered bundle. Registration for that is closed, but the PDF will be available as soon as I get my act together and type it. I've got to prep them this weekend and get them out. But those are the Craft and Connect cards this month. So you will be able to buy the tutorial regardless of where you are in the world. Where was I going with all that? Oh, Craft and Connect, the first time we talked about, are you a multi-crafter? Do you just make cards, or are there other things, other crafts that you do? And it turned out pretty much everybody also crafted in some other way. Like, so I used to be a knitter. I started all of my crafting with scrapbooking, but I mean, I have been a pen nerd for years. So I kind of get bored if I'm only doing one craft. So I moved my Cricut back downstairs. I've got my laser, I've got my sublimation oven, I've got my mug press. So stay tuned for some creations when I get some dang time to do it all. Yes, Feline, you do. So if anyone has questions about Craft and Connect, don't hesitate to reach out. In Canada, you can purchase the cardstock kit. The rest of the world, you can purchase the PDF. And the PDF will be available like forever. So there is no deadline to sign up for that. You can find all of the past Craft and Connect tutorials on my website, stampedaf.ca. Just head to that shop tab. Okay, I'm just going to use seal to adhere these. Oh my gosh, I'm so out of breath. I thought about getting like an exercise bike or something with my birthday money, and I'm like, no. So instead, I got a laser machine, and with some other money I had, I purchased a narwhal, which is not the animal or the mammal. It is like an iRobot or a Roomba, but it mops too. And I wish that I had thought to get that when I first got my robotic vacuum, and I will never go back. I will never go back to actually vacuuming the floor. No. But this thing is supposed to arrive tomorrow, and I can't wait. I can't wait for my floors to be vacuumed and mopped. Because who's got time for that? Full-time job. Feels like full-time side hustle. So I figure by doing this whole laser and Cricut and all of that stuff, at some point I might actually be able to work from home full-time. We'll see. Fingers crossed. Cut it a little too far away, but it is what it is. So I do want to be able to work from home. I mean, if the pandemic taught us nothing, it's that it's possible, and I want to do it. I mean, I wanted to do it before it was a pandemic, but I'm not entirely sure Stampin' Up! Is going to get me there all on its own. So I am going to add some more crafty ventures to my repertoire. Of course I'm out. Let's use Seal Plus. So the laser, well, it didn't engrave the dog tag. It marked it. Can I just say, I don't like this. This happens to me every single time. It rips my paper. Slow and steady, right? No! Slow and steady. Don't rip my paper. Don't rip it. Don't rip it. So it didn't engrave it the way like a dog tag from a pet store would, but it did leave the impression. So it has his name and my daughter's phone number on the back. I am going to do tumblers. I would say engrave, but basically what happens is if you use a coated tumbler, like Stampin' Up! Has a coated tumbler that's black with the logo in it. So basically what you're doing is you're etching that powder coating off. So when I get one done, I will show you. That's when kids come into the picture for chores. Yeah, except that my son's gonna be 23 on Friday, and he goes to his day program every day. I mean, he is responsible for dishwasher and recycling and all that kind of stuff. My daughter is living at home until she moves out again, but I mean, it's not up to my standards. So yeah. Okay, now for my original, I don't love it. I ended up bringing in my blending brush with some pale papaya just to get some more pale papaya in there. But this time I am going to try, I don't know if I'm going to like it, I'm going to try using my Stampin' Right markers. I actually used sponge daubers the first time. So let's see how this goes. I will stamp it on my grid paper first before I wreck my tag. So we're doing marker to stamp technique. And you might think, oh no, it's going to dry. We are going to huff on it, give it a hot breath of air, and that will reactivate the dried ink. So if you have a stamp like this that has a whole bunch of different things that, I mean, you're not going to want your whole flower and leaves and everything to be pale papaya, right? So the marker to stamp technique is great when you have one stamp with a bunch of different colors. So out of breath, so ridiculous. Okay, so now I'm going to give it a huff. See that? Not too bad. So let's do that again on our tag. Start with the pale papaya. And I just used the colors that are in the DSP. You could use whatever colors you want. So that was pale papaya. This is garden green, which is not a green that I reach for often. I'm going to add kind of a little bit of shading by going over that. And then this is fresh freesia. The other form I need to start is a catalog request form because the pre-order for demonstrators starts on, I want to say it's next Wednesday. It's March 23rd. So we have a month to pre-order and then customers get to order. So if you want a catalog, it will come shortly before it goes live, the catalog. Kind of look better on there, but live and learn, right? If you don't play around, you'll never know. I don't know. I think I pressed too hard. And I'm going to add some more spritz because it kind of looks like an accident. So yes, if you live in Canada and you're not working with a demonstrator and you need a catalog, I will throw that link up on my page when I get it created. If you're considering joining Stampin' Up, it is a great way to get access to those early products. And I would love to welcome you to the team. Okay, I don't love this part, but it looks different, right? We're going to stamp our thank you. So out of breath. Maybe let's use happy birthday. It'll cover up a little bit of my boo-boos. A little bit of the boo-boos. Okay, don't let me forget to show you those cards. I should have used my Stamparatus so that I could go over it again, because I'm never going to get it in the same space. So we'll improvise. I'm going to use my Stampin' Right marker. Tonight is all about the Stampin' Rights. And this is kind of a hand-lettered sentiment to begin with, so you can kind of scribble over it. It doesn't have to be exactly line by line because this is meant to look handwritten. Concentrate a little bit. There we go. Stands out a little bit more. I would suggest using a Stamparatus so that you can get accurate placement. It's kind of competing, isn't it? Can you see it? It's very hard to read. Susan, this is the Flowing Flowers. We're going to do this one more time. I don't love it. So this time I'm going to press a lot lighter on my fresh freesia because I think when I went to ink it, I gave it some strength behind it. That's probably supposed to be a papaya petal, but leaves. I think this one, it hasn't been a sleeper. I've seen it quite a bit, but it's a stamp set, not a bundle. So I don't know that it gets the same amount of attention as a bundle would, but it's gorgeous. So many different ways to do this flower. I'm going to use this direct to stamp. Give it a hot breath, light push. I'm going to wiggle it just a little bit. That's better. Now for the sentiment, let's use the Stamparatus. Who else is excited to see? Hi, Megan. Who else is excited to see what the new in colors are going to be? I'm still going to have a good cry about losing Cinnamon Cider and Misty Moonlight, but I am curious to see. Should we stick with the thank you? I think I'm going to, because it's a little bit bigger, covers just a little bit more space. Now, because this is red rubber, we can take our grid mat out. I'm going to place this right here. My desk looks pretty messy, huh? We will put the thank you so that it's not near the garden green at all. And then when I go to die cut this using my Stitch So Sweetly dies, hopefully it's just the way I want it. So you might have noticed that I did not release a video this or last week. I'm so sorry. I have been kind of in a creative slump. I mean, truth be told, it's probably because I'm doing other crafting. So there's only so much time, and I know that you can't use up creativity. The more you use, the more you have. I feel like I could have probably put that a little further over, but we'll get around it. Can't really angle that because my sentiment will be off. Okay, so we'll do it like this. Yeah, so I have been creative. It just hasn't been with cards. And I will share some of my creations on my page. Just using my die cutting machine off to the side here. Which I know is loud, but it also means I don't have to hand crank my dies. Okay, not perfect, but it'll do. Sometimes done is better than perfect, right? I still like it better than this one. This one's too busy. My eyes are like, what? Okay, so if you are on my team, you know that we had a special guest at our team meeting last week. Our team meets once a month on the second Tuesday of the month, and we had a guest demonstrator. We had the amazingly talented Tammy Wilson come on and show us how to make her Tammy bows. Now, I did not realize that Tammy shared her process with a Stampin' Up! Video like a year ago. I don't know where I've been. But she showed us how to make these cute little bows. Now, that's not going to work because it doesn't look like pale papaya at all, does it? Maybe it's not. It's probably petal pink. But I am going to make... Hi, Barb. Yes, Feline, me too. Don't we get a sneak peek? Yes, Megan, the pre-order... the PDF is available on March 23rd. What ribbon shall I use? Carolyn, I just got a laser cutter. Cutter, engraver. I've been doing Cricut stuff. What ribbon do I want to use? You know what? I'm just going to go with what I did the first time. We don't have any garden green ribbon. Sorry, I'm like all squinting. It's because my ribbon is like right above me here. Oh, we'll just go with this. And I have to order a new roll for the retreat anyway. So this is the ribbon that we're using for the retreat. I'm going to grab a rather large, long piece. This will take the most amount of time for the whole card. So what we're going to do is cut it into thirds. So for those of my team members watching, if you weren't able to join us live for the meeting last Tuesday, the recording is there. Concentrate as I do this. Susan, you were asking what the laser can do. So last year, not 2021, but 2020, I gave my team members a bone folder with the team name and their name engraved into it. And that is something I can now do with my machine. I should practice because, well, I gave them all one. I don't have one. So maybe I'll practice on this because it doesn't look so great. But I can't wait to start doing some tumblers. I used it for the first time today. Burnt through the product I was using. Not a surprise. But I have a fire extinguisher. I have some water right nearby. And when you're using a laser, you don't walk away. I've seen all... So, long story short, anytime I am starting anything, buying anything, I go to YouTube and I watch a ton of videos. We are going to use 2 of these, I think. Or did I just use one? Let's start with one. I'm not doing it the way Tammy showed us. I'm just going to go around. Yeah, it's a little short. So I'll use 2. Could have cut it a little longer, I guess. So I go to YouTube and I watch a ton of videos and I find out what not to do and things to do, and I have so many ideas now. Okay, so we made a lazy, messy bow. We're just going to use some tear and tape and plop that down. Hello, Pam. Jewel, it's a laser machine. I got the X-Tool D1. I was looking at something like a Glowforge, but oh my gosh, they're so expensive. And I said to Dave, this company that I use, they have one like the Glowforge, which is like $1,000 cheaper or more. And I'm like, maybe, just maybe, I should start with the smaller one and find out if I even enjoy doing it. And he's like, oh, good idea. Like, look at you growing up. Because that's not my usual, but I do go to YouTube and I research the heck out of anything. Like before I bought my Cricut and started doing all that stuff, you can bet that my watch later list on YouTube was filled with Cricut videos. Alrighty, we're gonna put some dimensionals on here. Now, we don't need dimensionals up here, down here. We need them in these 2 corners and maybe one near the top. I already forgot which corners. It's not like once you put a dimensional down, you can't just pick it back up. But I'm going to put one over to the sides on each of these, just so it doesn't dip down. Yes, laser engraving. Hi, Carol. Is everyone surprised to see me live tonight? Probably after my dental stories yesterday, but I've missed you. Okay, so this is a little high in the middle. It's kind of popping up there, but what do you think? I did not stamp anything on the inside because, I mean, you know, I don't. It's not that I don't like having stuff on the inside. It's that I don't know who this is going to be for, and I'd like to be able to personalize it a little bit more when I know who it's going to. So let me know, which one do you prefer? The planks going straight down because I didn't think about which way the paper was going before I cut it, or the ones that go across. I am actually preferring this one because I feel like this is a lot going that way and then this way. This seems a little more flowy. So let me know, and don't forget that the sign up for the retreat is open until March 31st. Oh, I almost forgot. Let me show you what I've created. So for the retreat, there are 16 designs. Straight down. Yes. Yes, straight down. Me too, Susan. Dory here. I'm like, wait, what? What's straight down mean? Yeah, I think so too, right? Okay, so 2 of us in the retreat are doing 5 cards. 1 of us is doing 6. Now, I actually designed 6, and then I thought, oh, I'm going to show you this. It's a perfect segue into the retreat, right? But I made 3 using the Artfully Layered or Artfully Composed suite of products. First time I've played with it. Can you believe it? So this is a little fun fold. Nothing on the inside, but quite the dimension. Still fits in an A2 size envelope. I can't wait to show you how I did that, if I remember. Your Cricut's in timeout. Oh, you know what, Feline? So I'm going to add this so people can see what the heck we're talking about later. Yeah, that could be it too, Kathy, with the smaller strip. My laptop died twice on me when I was downstairs. My laser engraver and my Cricut both needed to be connected to my laptop, and the battery died twice. So the Cricut could not recover. The laser is able to pick up where it left off, but the Cricut was like, and then it sat there and sat there and sat there. And you know the little like spinny thing? It's like, oh, would you just stop? If you can't connect, just tell me you can't connect. So I gave it some time, turned it off, closed Cricut Design Space, and came back, and it was fine. Okay, so here is my second design. Cute, right? Not necessarily plain, but lots going on. I love the stripes. And then I think this one's my favorite. I don't know if anyone else is gonna like it, but I love it. Oh no, Jenny. And then here's my flowing flowers designs. So that is just a little fleck. Okay. And then my other one. Now you probably can't see all that's going on behind there, and that's kind of the point, is that it's there, but it's not. It's multifaceted. So those are my 5 designs. You know that Sherry and Tiffany will have some amazing designs as well, so don't miss out on that. And I think that's it. So have a wonderful week. I will see you again next Wednesday. I hope. Anyways, have a great week. We'll see you soon. Bye.